If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question: how do emotional support dogs help someone with social anxiety? What are they trained to do? Answer by Brad Wiesner. By simply being with you sometimes. Your question is how, but I will try to weave in some why also. In another post, I explained how losing our last dog was so devastating, and the long and, hopefully to others, interesting process of getting back to normal came out. It's here on Quora, Brad Wiesner's answer to as a past animal abuser, how can I forgive myself? It is a long post, and basically talks about how a pet visit helped us connect with our past dogs, and move on. Finally ready for a new dog, I knew that he would be ever more the support for me, beyond that of our past dogs, and prepared to set him up as an emotional support pet, ESP. The process was a big long, and tests, interview with therapist, etc., but they stopped in the middle of it all, mid-interview, and just said you are done, we'll write the prescription for you. You need a dog. To specifically address your question, ESP animals are not uniquely trained to deal with anxiety or stress, but like any dog, they just do. Studies have shown that just by petting and touching your dog, it lowers your blood pressure, and there's also the training part is more about being behaved in pubic, and a leash, and calm around people. You are not allowed to have any service animal be a nuisance or worse, a danger, to others in public. Many people find dogs the best choice, but miniature horses are actually a very good ESPs as well. Someday I will write my thoughts about horses and dogs being so similar. Raymond, at 10 weeks old came, and he became many things, a vanguard for the breed, and the horrible diseases PLE and PLN, which you will not pass on, a great show dog, and an ESP for me. I suffer from anxiety and depression, and a host of bullshit things that come with that. And normal things like the trip to the office, going on errands, really anything can become this weird and fearful thing that I resist doing. Until Raymond, being able to take my puppy everywhere with me became not just okay to go out, and be out, but thrust me into the faces of other people, and how they react to a puppy. Especially a puppy in a grocery store cart, etc. He very quickly became my best pal, my sidekick, and helped me run my errands to Home Depot, the lawyer's office, travel to a wedding, arts and crafts stores, haircuts, most everywhere. From 12 weeks old, he was exposed to city sidewalks, many people's hands coming at him, other dogs, sunglasses, African American people, girls squealing loudly, people with hats, young children, fire trucks, men, women, and so many places to go. He went with me to the riding stables, and met horses at such an early age. He quickly knew to play with everyone, and he grew to become very sensitive, always noticing a younger person or someone who was frail. He learned very quickly to sit in the grocery cart, stay on his carpet pad, and never come over/outside the cart. People can come in to pet him, but he cannot jump up and go beyond the cart. At 4 months old, people could not believe how young and how calm he was. He became the charming guy when I could not be. He did many things for me, and quickly took me up to a better place. What he did for me might be obvious, but what he did for others is what became more and more incredible. I would notice some people just come up and just gush all over the place over him, and how many people have had Wheaten Terriers in their lives. I was so pleased when young people would just have their hearts spring open and want to know all about him, his coat, etc. They will then announce to their parents, "This is officially the kind of dog I want." But to notice a woman, maybe in her 40s watching from afar, with a bald head, and slightly haunted eyes, looking our way and transfixed. I have learned to go over to people like this and encourage them to pet him, and to watch faces melt, and the smiles come, and the very hard to explain the sense of calm/joy/relief/smiles come over them, and for at least a minute or two, take them to a different place, outside of the world's problems, a real change for the good in folks. Once, a young woman, maybe 18 to 22 in a black wheelchair with her parents were in the same aisle with us, and I guessed she suffered from cerebral palsy, and could only move with help. Her parents understood and asked, and then helped position her to move her arms to pet Raymond. He was so calm, and gave her kisses. She cooed and moaned with pleasure. It was a real moment. It is interesting, that at 14 months old, I need him with me on errands less and less, and yet find the real value in him being of service to others. As a recovering alcoholic, being of help and service to others is what really keeps us alive and healthy, and this alone would have been a reason to have him be an ESP. I didn't connect this at the beginning. I am nothing if not verbose, so forgive the long response, but please let me know if you are interested in anything further. Answer by Amy Babineau Smith. Emotional support dogs provide affection, companionship, and unconditional love. They are not always trained, as most dogs already have those traits. Some breeds, however, work better than others. My daughter was recently diagnosed with a mood disorder. She's going through puberty, is in her first year of high school, and is highly sensitive. Even though I try to console her in times of extreme stress, it's not the same as the comfort she gets from her dog. She explains that Asher, her dog, does not judge, or talk back, or try to rationalize her feelings. He is always available and stays with her for as long as she needs him. He doesn't have other kids to attend to, housework, bills, a job, or any task that makes him unavailable. Plus, dogs have an uncanny ability to sense moods in their people and they act accordingly. Asher is eager to play when my daughter is in a good mood, and quick to cuddle and give kisses when she's about to have an episode. She wanted a smaller dog so he could easily travel with her, sit in her lap, and not take up too much room in her bed. When she held that little puppy who had been in a cage all alone, there was an undeniable connection between girl and dog. Asher has been a lifesaver for my daughter. Answer by Redeem Wants. They are helping you with any type of anxiety or depression just by being with you. They offer you friendship, they are very affectionate to you and they are trying to please you. Most of the dogs can calm their handler, provide companionship, lower blood pressure, help with depression and adjust serotonin level. Almost most dogs can help you with anxiety and depressions, since you will bond with them and you will have someone who will be with you every time you need it. Some breeds like Dobermans can bring you feeling of safety to your life. Other breeds, for example Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, will cuddle you all day long, which should adjust your serotonin level and help you calm down. Probably the best breeds for this purpose are Labradors and Golden Retrievers, since they are the most eager to please dogs in the world. They are sweet and you can cuddle with them all day long, but they are also big, so they give person sense of safety. You can check out my video about this topic.